Today I'm excited to show you how to color a beautiful, colorful dragonfly. We're going to use our Stampin Blends. We've got multiple colors here, and we're going to use the Dragonfly Garden stamp set and the Sweet Sampler stamp set. So I'm really excited to show you a fun way to color these dragonflies.
Oh my goodness!
Hi there, my name is Brandy Cox, and I am super excited that you've joined me today. I found a card out of the Stampin Up Spring Catalog, the mini catalog. This catalog is good through June 2021, and I'm going to show you inside the catalog the card that I was looking at, and I thought the dragonflies were just beautifully colored. So I decided, okay, I'm going to take on the challenge, and I am going to recreate those dragonflies for you, and then show you how to color them. They're just beautiful. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to use the Dragonfly Garden stamp set and the Sweet Sampler stamp set. Now the Sweet Sampler, try saying that 3-4 times. Now this stamp set you might not have seen, and that's because it's actually a host stamp set here in the back of the catalog. Now this is going to be a gift with purchase, with a $50 purchase before shipping and tax with BrandysCards. So that will be for March of 2021. So hang tight, you'll be able to see that next month. In the meantime, I'm going to show you a fun card that I created with this set. Now I'm going to set these aside for just a second. And inside your mini catalog, you're going to want to turn to page, let's see, I thought that I had marked the page, but clearly I did not. So hang tight while I find the right page here. Now, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please let me know. If you would like me to send you some catalogs, I am more than happy to do that. Just reach out to me through BrandysCards.com. There's a place in there on my website at the very top where you can request a catalog. I'd be more than happy to send you one, answer any questions that you have, and I'd love the opportunity to earn your business. Of course, if you're one of my current customers, you should already have your Stampin' mini catalogs, right? Okay, so here we go. I just found the page that we're going to look at. So I want you to look at this card right here. Have you noticed this card and these beautiful dragonflies? Let me bring it up a little closer so you can have a look. So do you see how beautifully they are colored? I have looked at that and I've looked at that and I have decided, okay, I am going to give this a try. So here we go. I am super excited to share with you the card that I came up with. So first off, I have mounted this dragonfly here from the Sweet Sampler, and I've also mounted this dragonfly. We're going to take our Memento Black because we are coloring with our Stampin' Blends, so we need to make sure that we use the right black ink. I'm going to ink this guy up, and sometimes when it's bigger than the stamp pad, I find it's just easier to put it upside down and put my pressure on it that way. So let's just stamp that straight down, straight up, and I've got a beautiful image there. Now I have the other dragonfly. I'm going to ink this guy up as well in my Memento Black, get it nice and, nice and inked up and black, and we're going to stamp it. Oh, looks fantastic. Okay, so now I would say you want to let it dry for just a couple of seconds. It doesn't take very long. That ink dries pretty quickly, but you do want to be mindful of that. All right, so I think the first one that we're going to start out doing is we're going to start out using, I think, let's see, Magenta Madness is fantastic. And then I'm also thinking some Daffodil Delight. And what about some Pumpkin Pie? Oh yeah, I think all of these colors will make a gorgeous, gorgeous dragonfly. So let's get started and see where this goes. I'm going to set this one aside for just a moment. And you're going to want the light and the dark of both of these. Okay, and so here we go. Now what you're going to want to do is, you can see how some of these leaves have some dark lines that are kind of going through them. And it's kind of hard to see. You have to kind of look at it sort of close, and you might have to color this a couple of times, and then so they can see the coloring a lot easier. So you can kind of see there's sort of a dark line that kind of separates these pieces in the wing. And so that is what you're going to want to color with the lightest color. And here's another one. So I'm going to just kind of color that. And then I'm going to come over here to the large wing, and I'm going to color this as well. And so once you have this image is colored, just like that, then you're going to put away your Magenta Madness light, and you're going to pull out the dark marker. And this is kind of the fun part. It's kind of fun to sort of pick, and you're just going to color every other piece on the on the wing. So it's like every other stripe. Now I wouldn't get too technical with it. Just get in there and add some dark on the leaves. Here. And I've got one here. And then I'm going to add another one, and maybe another, kind of like that, and the last one. And then what we're going to do is come up to the top wing, just like this, and get it colored like that. So you can already see how beautiful that is. It's just stunning. Now we're going to go and we're going to grab Daffodil Delight. And no, actually, I want to go, let me take that back. I want to go to Pumpkin Pie first. So we're going to take the light pumpkin pie, and I am going to color just like that. I want the light first, and you can kind of see the wings sort of have 3 different sections, and you can kind of see that if you look at it close. Now, it does take a minute to kind of get your bearings with it, and that's why I say just practice. Just, you might have to stamp a couple and practice it and see what you like, and then you can go from there. But the idea is you definitely want some light and dark in there. Now you can also take maybe a darker color if you're not getting the contrast that you're looking for. Just take a darker color. So for example, I'm using Pumpkin Pie, but maybe I go and grab a Calypso Coral. I do have a coral marker here, and maybe that would give me, a bit darker of a shade. So let's go ahead and give that a try. So I'm gonna just kind of come in here, and this one appears to be the light. So I might need the dark one. Let me grab the dark one. I have it right over here. This is the Calypso Coral, the dark marker. And so I'm gonna come in here, and that is what I was looking for. That gives me that nice dark kind of contrast that I was looking for. And so I'm just kind of coloring it. And as far as staying in the lines, I think it's just most important that you get some light and dark in there. Okay? And so I'm just kind of moving my paper around so that I can add my color to it. Okay, now that is so nice, and that's exactly what I was looking for. That's exactly what I was looking for. And I have my Pumpkin Pie marker here, and if I wanted to go back in, I could, just make sure that I've got some color in those areas. All right, so let's finish it off with some Daffodil Delight. So again, we're going to start with that light marker. And I'm just going to come in here and just give it a 1 pass over with the light marker, just like that. And I'm going to color it really quick, and it's already coming to life, isn't it? So this one is the Dark Mango Melody, and I'm going to take my Dark Mango Melody and do the exact same thing that I did with the other colors. Just add a bit of the dark in here. And so it starts to really, really pop those wings beautifully when you add some of this color, doesn't it? So pretty, so pretty. And I don't get tripped up on, well, which color should I start with? Just have fun with it and play with it. Give it a bunch of things, give it a try. and see what you end up liking best. All right, so now we have his body, and in the catalog they used Seaside Spray. So I thought, well, that looked pretty good. So let's go ahead and finish him off with some Seaside Spray. Now you're going to need some paper snips. They're, actually, you know what? We have a punch, don't we? I didn't think about that, but I have a Dragonfly punch. Oh well, I'm going to cut him out because I am already committed, and that is what I'm going to do. But we have a Dragonfly punch, and that would make it much easier just to punch that guy out, and you are all done. But he is over there on my wall, and I'm not going to worry about it right now. So just kind of cutting him out real quick. And then once I get him cut out, we're going to make our card. And I'm excited to show you exactly, exactly what the card, how to make the card and what it looks like and just how beautiful this guy can be. So, so pretty. So pretty. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's see. I have my cardstock. And I have my cardstock here, and what we're going to do is we are going to fold that in half, so that's our card base. And then this piece here, it was, I actually went ahead and embossed that already. That was embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder, and that piece I'm going to add right here. I just wanted a little bit of texture on here, so that piece is going to go right there. Now I have a piece of scrap paper, and I have a piece of Granny Apple Green. That Granny Apple Green is what I'm going to stamp with the background, and I am going to use this leaf right here. So let's go ahead and pull this leaf out. It doesn't appear that I mounted it yet, so I'm going to grab a block really quick, and I'm going to show you exactly how I stamped my leaf. So I've got this on my block, and I'm just going to make sure that everything is kind of on there, all the little points. All right, so what we're going to do is I am going to start stamping my leaf. I kind of want it, less stem, I guess, if you will. So I'm going to just kind of position it back and forth, so maybe I can try not to get as much stem in there and more of the pretty leaves. And so you just kind of have to, play with it a little bit, but you can absolutely do it. So there you go. That's perfect. So I'm all done with that now. And we're going to put Granny Apple Green aside. And this piece is going to be, with some liquid adhesive. I'm going to add this piece right to the top of my card. So here we go. This piece goes right here to the top. And okay, and so this piece is going to go right there to the top of my card. So now I have a Whisper White or a basic white rectangle, and we're going to need a sentiment. So let's see, what sentiment would we like to use today? How about You're an Inspiration? I like that one a lot. Or there's Thank You for Your Kindness. That one's pretty nice too. Actually, they're all nice out of this this stamp set. They're beautiful, really, and I can never pick a favorite. They are all so nice, but you can pick whichever one that you would like. So I think I'm going to go with You're an Inspiration today, and I am going to bring in my scrap paper. I just like to kind of stamp it once or twice and make sure that I'm good and lined up, and that I have a nice, good inked piece. So let's add our You're an Inspiration right there, and that looks great. So that worked out perfectly. Now we're going to close this so we don't put our hand in it. And then what we're going to do is check out these beautiful. So this one, I already colored this one, and this one was colored. Let me bring it up a little closer. This one was colored in, let me show you. This one was colored in Highland Heather, and then I also did the Pumpkin Pie with the Calypso Coral, and then this one is Daffodil Delight and Mango Melody. So that one is just beautiful as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to use some mini glue dots, and we're going to add this one to the top of our card. So here we go. Let's have this guy flying off in that direction. And you could certainly put some Stampin' Dimensionals behind the wings if you wanted to. I really kind of liked how they were fluttering. And I didn't really necessarily think it needed it, but you could certainly do that if you wish. And then we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals right here behind our rectangle. And let me show you how beautiful these dragonflies look on top. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna set it right down, right about here. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, of course, if you wanted to, I might bring this one down just a little bit, but if you wanted a bigger message, or if you could certainly do that. I really liked how dainty that looked. I also have a Wink of Stella here, and I love this glitter pen. And when you go over these wings with your Wink of Stella, oh my gosh, it just absolutely comes to life, and it is so beautiful. It really, the Wink of Stella actually kind of makes the colors even more vibrant when you wet it like that and you add that glitter. It's just so beautiful, so pretty. So I'm just adding the Wink of Stella to the wings. Now let me show you my original card. Have a look here. So this was the one that I made originally, and I put may good things grow all year long. Now this one, I stamped the sentiment in Mossy Meadow. This one I stamped it in black. And so I'm kind of looking at them both thinking, I think I might like the Mossy Meadow better, but I also do like the black. Now one thing that you're gonna notice on this card is I actually took my Wink of Stella and I colored these leaves. Can you see that? So you see how I colored those leaves? So what I did is I actually went in here and just with my Wink of Stella sort of added a bit of glitter right here. And I just went through all the leaves, and I didn't worry about perfect lines or anything like that. I just added some Wink of Stella and I went all the way around the card so that you would get that beautiful shimmer. So that's kind of something fun that you could do. Now, before I go, I'm going to show you one more dragonfly that I thought was just stunning. So earlier we stamped this one. Do you recall this one? So I think first off what we're going to do is we're going to take some Just Jade Stampin' Blends. And on this one is in the Sweet Sampler, and this one is going to be free with a $50 purchase from BrandysCards from Stampin' Up, and that's going to be if you use my March host code. So stay tuned for that. This one is just a beautiful set, and I feel like it's been overlooked. It's kind of hiding in the back of the catalog, and I feel like it's been overlooked. So I'm super excited to share this one with you as well. All right, so here we go. Let's see. I'm going to color in. Sometimes it's a little hard to kind of see where those lines are, but you can do it. Like I said earlier, it very well might take you a time or two, but you can do it. I promise you, it is absolutely doable. And I honestly think this one, it might be a little easier to stay in those lines versus the other one. The other one has a little bit thinner lines in his wings. And so this one's a little bit thicker, and it seems maybe a wee bit easier. So I love that. Isn't that beautiful? I just think that is gorgeous. Are you zoomed in on that, Dylan, so they can see how pretty this is? Awesome. Awesome. So here we go. I'm just about done. And I've got just a little bit more here. There we go. Okay. Now let's move on to, let's move on to Magenta Madness. I love how that magenta color pops. It's so nice. So let's move on to that. So we have our light magenta Stampin' Blend, and I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm starting with that light marker, And I'm just trying to kind of look and see, all right, well, where are the lines, and, you know, or where do I want the lines to be, I guess, in his wings. And I think right about in there, that magenta color is absolutely striking next to that jade. It's so pretty. And so here we go, this one. And, you know, again, I'm going to hand cut this out. So I did get a little bit out of the lines, and I'm not terribly worried about that because I know that I can cut close to the edge there and kind of cut that out. So this is your dark dark magenta madness. Coming back in here and adding some dark color to his wings. And of course we want to keep some light as well. So that is definitely very important. So I am just adding that light in there. And just got a couple more to do. And then what color should we go on to next? Gosh, you could do just about anything, right? But I think that I am going to move us to Daffodil Delight and our Mango Melody. It's just such a beautiful combination. So we're going to take and use the light Daffodil Delight, light. And I'm just going to kind of color that really quickly. And then I'm going to grab that dark Mango Melody. And I'm going to come back in with the dark Mango Melody and just add a bit of that right here to some of the dark, you know, the spots on his wings. And again, that's just to get that contrast in color is what I'm going for. And so you're just going to add, you know, this last one right here is that very last Mango Melody. Okay, so that's it. That one's all done. Now you could definitely cut him out, hand cut him out. You can add your Wink of Stella as well to make it nice and beautiful and shimmery. All right, so I'm super excited to show you the final product. Here it is. It is absolutely beautiful. So you cut him out, you can add the Wink of Stella onto him, and you can see that beautiful shimmer that it gives your dragonfly. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now here, let me show you another card that I created using the dragonflies, but this one's a little different. This one, this one I used shaded spruce. I think this one up here was the, what did I use there? I'm trying to think. I think that may have just been the light Just Jade. This one is shaded spruce. Yeah, so that was some shaded spruce in there. And I also did another Just Jade. So I think I played with the mints and the Just Jade and the shaded spruces. And then on this one, you can see it's kind of shimmery and wet. I actually took my Crystal Effects and covered the whole dragonfly. I also added one of those matted black dots on there. So here, let me bring in all of these beautiful dragonflies that I have here. And so this one I did a different sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the frame as well. So you can just have a look and just see how beautiful those are and how easy they were to color. And you could get totally creative on that. All right, so I'm super excited. I hope that you enjoyed those dragonfly cards. They're so much fun to color and to create, such beauty. And then of course, if you add that shimmer and that crystal effects, they just pop. The colors are just stunning. So I hope that you give it a try. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you don't already have a demonstrator, please reach out to me. I'd love the opportunity to help you earn your business. And of course, my goal here is to inspire you to pull out your catalog and find a card or an idea that you love and just give it a try. Just jump in. It's a lot of fun and you can't go wrong. Nobody knows what it's supposed to look like. So you might find it's your next best idea. All right. Thank you for joining me today. Take care. Bye now.